Lynn Beard from the Abilene Police Department. Thanks for joining us here. The Abilene Police Department, I got a notification from the APD and Rick Tomlin telling me that there's a crime on the rise that we really need to get the word out, and we need to get the word out pretty fast. And here at Town Square Media, we had a break-in not too long ago, one of the vehicles that happened here. So apparently there is motor vehicle burglary is what it's called, and what you guys understand it as a motor vehicle burglary on the rise here in Abilene?
That's correct. That's just simply someone entering your car illegally and stealing property from it. So one of the ways we analyze crime stats is, we do year comparisons. We also do year-to-date comparisons, which is what we ran yesterday. And if you look at, the January to March time period from 14 and the January to March time period from 15, car burglaries are up 79% just over the last few months. Between January and February, they climbed about 14%. So we're starting to see an uptick in this. The most disturbing part of it all is the close to 80% are unlocked vehicles. And that's mainly what we want to try to continue to educate people on, is removing your valuables, locking your car up. So that's kind of why I'm here. That's what we want to talk about.
All right. So we've got these car crimes. Let's say we notice something happening. What is a course of action that you and the APD give us advice to do?
Well, one of the things we find as we talk to people across the community that there's sometimes a reluctance to call the police without knowing something is actually occurring. People sometimes feel like they have to know a crime's occurring before they can contact the police, and that's just simply not the case. We want you to report suspicious activity when you see it. If you don't like what you're seeing, if you think something's wrong, it probably is. And you're not doing any harm by contacting us and letting us come out and contact whoever's behaving suspiciously and finding out what they're up to.
You advise that if we see a crime taking place, that we take action into our own hands, or
no, we don't. Obviously, you have the right to protect your property, protect yourself. We're certainly supporters of that. But the best course of action is to let us come take care of it. Let us come contact us, whatever you're seeing, investigate, and we'll file any applicable charges.
How long does it take for a burglary of a motor vehicle to take place? I mean, are they spending minutes in there? Are they?
Well, it's interesting you ask that, because one of the things, just recently we've made several arrests in this string of car burglaries, and we ask when we ask these offenders who very often are pretty open with us about how they do what they do, and it's very simply to put it simply, is it's a target of opportunity. They will literally walk up and down the street in the middle of the night and check car doors, and in the interest of disclosure, this very same thing happened to me about 3 weeks ago. I forgot to lock my truck one night and came out the next morning for work, and sure enough, my truck had been rifled through. Fortunately, I didn't have any valuables in there. All I got was some spare change, but it's an easy thing to forget, for anybody. And I just forgot to lock my truck that night. So, and all that suspect was doing was walking up and down the street looking for open car doors. My wife's car, locked, no problems. Didn't have any problems in there. Don't think my friends at the law enforcement center didn't have a lot of fun with this when I got to work the next morning. But the reality is, it's just a simple moment of forgetting to lock your car, and you're allowing somebody entry. One of the things that we tell people, especially those that are prone to leaving valuables in their car. I mean, we've had unlocked car burglaries where guns are stolen. People leave guns in their cars. I tell folks when I go to neighborhood watch meetings and I talk to them about this, and I say, would you leave your wallet or your purse sitting on the hood of your car all night? And the answer is inevitably no. Of course not. They wouldn't do that. Well, then why do you leave it in your car? Because it's just as easy to get in there, whether the car's unlocked or not. If it's in plain sight, they can bust a window and be in and out of there in 10 or 15 seconds. And then they not only have broken into your car and stolen things, but they also now have your credit cards, your social security number, your driver's license, your checkbook. So you open yourself up to all kinds of other areas of crime with identity theft and credit card fraud and all those kind of things by leaving those things in your vehicle.
We're talking with Lynn Beard with the Abilene Police Department, Sergeant Beard. Crime is up, would you just say 79% burglary of motor vehicles?
Car burglary, yes.
Okay, and the best way to avoid it is locking.
Keep it locked. Keep your valuables out of there. Take them in with you at night. Or in particular, not just at your home, but car burglars also tell us that they will check areas where people congregate, shopping centers, movie theaters, bowling alleys, all those kind of places where there's a large number of cars, and they'll just walk the parking lot and look for unlocked vehicles.
There wasn't that many cars in our parking lot here.
Right.
But we were in and out, and they found a perfect opportunity, unlocked vehicle, and took lots of things there.
Right.
Last question I'll ask, once again, folks, we're talking with Lynn Beard, Sergeant Lynn Beard of the Abilene Police Department. Car burglaries are up. We can protect ourselves. Do you have any leads? I've heard stories of they got my credit cards, they got videotapes of these people
right.
at grocery stores, at supermarkets, and at regular stores. Any leads, any advice?
Well, first of all, we've made several cases on this recent uptick in car burglaries. We've made made a couple of arrests. Been able to talk to those people. It's led to the clearance of a lot of these crimes where we've been able to recover some people's property and things like that. But the best advice I can give anybody is keep your valuables out of your car. Don't leave your purse in there. Don't leave your wallet in there. Certainly don't leave guns in there, in your vehicle, and lock your car. It's just that simple. And sometimes it's a very easy thing to forget, but that's just something we need to remember these days.
Again, when we see suspicious activity,
contact the police department.
Contact the Abilene Police Department. Thank you very much, Sergeant
Yes, sir.
Lynn
Thanks
Beard.
for having me.
Criminal Investigation Division, and folks, if you see it happening, don't let it happen to you. Lock your vehicles.